I know many of you are on oxygen or potentially on oxygen, or even have family members or friends that are on oxygen. And that's the idea, is that oxygen is a critical component of fire, right? So we have the three sides of the fire triangle. It's heat, fuel, and oxygen. If we have more oxygen, that we have a more combustible atmosphere, right? An atmosphere that enhances the risk of fire. So we talk about preventing oxygen fires, and here's a great little map, and you can even, or the great little poster, you can even print this out and put it in on the, on the board in the community room, in your neighborhood community buildings. But it's talking about preventing oxygen fires. It's turn the oxygen supply valve to the off position when oxygen is not in use. That's a great idea, right? Because what happens, we all think about, we just want to dial it into number 2 or number 3 or number, 0.5, whatever it is. But if we're not using it, then just turn the whole container off, the canister off. And off is not necessarily the idea of the head, just the clicker off. It's the bottle is off. Post no smoking signs at the entrance of your home or wherever oxygen is being used. And then we talked a little bit about storing oxygen at least 10 feet from any open flames, heat sources, sparks, or any electrical devices. And again, back to our smoke detectors. And you're going to hear that smoke detector message consistently. Install and maintain those smoke detectors throughout your home. And I would encourage you to make sure that you know how to use a fire extinguisher as well, and have that available. Because the time to use a fire extinguisher and learn how to use a fire extinguisher is not reading the instructions on the box as a fire is occurring in front of you. And I think that's where we offer programs in our community, at least here in Long Beach. We have a CERT program, or Community Emergency Response Team program, where we will take all people into this program and teach them actually how to put out a fire, a real live fire, as a matter of fact, with a fire extinguisher. So those are some things that I want to encourage you to learn. You go call your local fire department, ask them if they have a CERT program or other program that goes out and does education. We have a fire ambassador program in Long Beach that does senior safety presentations, that will go out to senior communities and do those presentations. So, and those are delivered from other seniors that are, or I like to call them premier adults, right? That's how we actually use our premier adults, our fire ambassadors, to go out and give them those presentations. There's no safe way to smoke when using oxygen, and smoking. I think it's just one of these things that I know some people really struggle with that. But the idea is, I have firsthand seen the devastation caused by smoking and oxygen use, right? They do not mix. So again, back to the idea, there's no safe way to use smoke when oxygen is in use. Any fire that starts will burn hotter and faster than usual. Why? Because oxygen is a part of the fire triangle, and it creates a more combustible atmosphere. Never, ever smoke or allow anyone else to smoke in areas where oxygen is being used or stored. And it gets into this idea, and we talk, I'm sure all of you have been told this, about making sure that you store your oxygen securely. We encourage you to make sure that they are secured to the wall or something where they are not going to fall, especially during an earthquake, right? A cylinder with a valve broken off can accelerate, listen to that, up to 40 miles an hour in under a second. I mean, think about that. I mean, that will obviously blow a hole through your roof, not to mention what it would do to your body. So it has enough power to break through a cinder block. And that is a frightening thought when you think about the potential impact, because you didn't take time, back to this idea about preparedness, to secure it in your home. Store the oxygen cylinders in an upright position, or in racks or stands, again, back to prevent from tipping over. And then it goes into the idea about, body oils, lip balms, hand lotions, right, hair products. They can easily burn. In addition to that, right, then you have the other side that you have the oxygen. So it creates a major issue here. So keep hands free of oil and grease when handling oxygen equipment, and keep oil and grease away from areas where oxygen is in use.